Thanks.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. So you're helping lay the roadmap. That's what we're doing today, laying the roadmap. And speaking of laying the roadmap, I know another gentleman who could keep us for an hour entertained, but mindful and relaxed. He was the Lieutenant Governor's Challenge Award winner last year, Mr. Kyrie Bay. And you have 10 minutes, 5, whatever you need, sir.
Excellent.
Right?
Excellent.
You're just cutting into Amy and Patrick's time, but that's, they love listening. They're enjoying this. Go
I
ahead.
will make it quick. First off, I want to thank you for inviting me to this event. I'd like to also thank my superintendent and several DOE staff who have, over the last couple years here, have assisted me in some of the things that I've done at McCullough Middle School and Colonial School District. My thing that I kind of got my claim to fame for is I created a MBSR for teens in middle school. That's a mindfulness-based stress relief course. That's kind of what the rock mats, if I had a little bit more time.
He was wondering if he was going to have to
I
walk
would
on rocks.
love to, but I don't want to cut into anyone's time
You
here.
can demonstrate.
But is what I would have my students do is a lot of them, they don't see themselves in the self-care or the mindfulness and yoga. It's just not in their wheelhouse. It's not something they see in their community. And I wanted to bring that to them. So before I actually really get into what my program is about, I want to share something with you. I was kind of hesitant to come here today. My youngest son, who is actually a student here at Colonial School District's William Penn, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 3 weeks ago yesterday. And if any of you know the challenges of that, I am very torn to be here today. So I'm sending my shout out to him and my wife, who are actually at the beach right now. I drove 2 hours to get here. Honestly cried because it was the first time I was able to be the one not being taken care of instead of taking care of them. With that being said, that really points to the mental health issues that are out there that our students, families, and staff face. Our kids come to school with an invisible backpack, and in that invisible backpack a lot of time is trauma. So do our parents, so does the community, and so do the staff that come in here every day to serve these children. With that being said, I would like us all to have a quick mindful moment. So, this is what I do at the beginning of every one of my classes, is if you could sit up straight, put your feet comfortably on the floor if you can. If not, cross them at the ankles, placing your hands comfortably in your lap. I'm going to teach you three things. One, you want to breathe through your nose if you can. Is what you do is you activate certain things that you don't activate is if you're breathing through your mouth. Your nose hairs and mucus and all that is like a humidifier and a filter. And also I teach my children to use the 3 planes of movement, which is left and right, forward and back, and then twist. I would be a little bit more elaborate with that, but today I'm going to have you do that kind of yourself. Just before we get started, do that for a couple seconds here. Use those 3 planes of motion. And now kind of bring your head back to center. From here, I want you to abdominally breathe. So put your hands on your belly. And when you take a deep breath, I want you to push your belly out. And when you exhale, I want you to push your belly button into your spine, kind of leaving a space. We're going to do that 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time with me. Inhale. Hold it. And sigh it out. Thank you for doing that quick mindful moment with me. If we could go to the next slide, I believe I have a, and if you could hit play on that for me. Now, as you can see, these are some of the highlights from my class for the last 3 years here. The actual class that came in when they were in 6th grade, this is them in 6th. They were the ones that graduated. They've been through so much. Our school was going through the change of a principal. Then all of a sudden, halfway through their 7th grade year, they were robbed of that at the beginning of the pandemic. And then they came back to what we call virtual and face-to-face. And these are some of the students that actually graduated from the middle school this year and now are going to be William Penn Colonials this year. As you can see, my students are not the typical yoga and mindfulness students that you usually see, and I wanted to make sure that they seen themselves, no matter what color, size, gender that they found a safe space that these two gentlemen were speaking of. And I'm really big on what it is to be an agent of change and also a positive serve and return agent. So whatever my kids needed, I became that. Many kids just don't call me Mr. Bay. They usually call me Krusty Dreads or Dad for whatever different reason that may be. But one of the things that I wanted to do was be there for them because I am them, just like we all are them.
Yes.
So when you see these students, it's not those kids. Those are my kids.
Yes.
Just like your children, if they were in my care, would be my kids.
Right.
So I'm their coach. I've coached softball, field hockey, and wrestling. I'm a horrible field hockey coach and a horrible softball coach. But I kept a lot of those little girls off the streets and had a place to go, and they knew that somebody was there for them. I also do the Black History Month, Latinx Heritage Month, and also the talent show. And I bring my own African art in and let the kids see some of the great accomplishments that they can become. One of the greatest things that I wanted to do was also when you go into my classroom, and I'm giving an invite to anyone after this, if you would follow me to McCullough Middle School, I have also, and which is down the street, we have a state-of-the-art planetarium that at the end of every one of the semesters here, I bring them in there. We use several of the apps to teach them how the central nervous system is controlled by their well-being, their emotions and all. And then we do a body scan underneath the stars on the yoga mats. As you can see, the kids are using my rock mats. A lot of our students don't get a chance to go out into nature that much. So I wanted them to be able to take their shoes off. And a lot of them would be like, no. Plus, I was trying to trick them into taking their shoes off in a couple weeks after so that they could actually do yoga in the back of my classroom there. One last thing before this ends is I kind of teach my students to be mindful ninjas. I came up with mindful ninja because they like to use another word, and I wanted them to be ninjas and mindful. So as what I do is being a mindful ninja, you use several tools. The one tool is a staff, and that staff stands for stop, take a breath, analyze the situation, focus on a positive future with you in it. But one of the things that they focus on is also a shield. That shield is for them to protect themselves from whatever situation they're going through. And on that shield has 4 different spots. The first spot is breathing. Because if you can control your breathing, you can control the adrenaline and cortisol that's running through your body when you're triggered. The next part is for you to check into your emotions. Once you check into your emotions, you focus back on breathing. Then you check on into your thoughts. What are your thoughts at this moment? Once you bring that into your wheelhouse, you go back to breathing again. And lastly, they check in with their body sensations because all of those in that shield go into what causes you to react or respond. And I want them to respond and not just react. Because when you respond, you're using your cognitive upstairs brain. When you react, you're using your emotions and your instinctive brain. And we know your emotions and instincts sometimes get you into trouble. So you want to get them that opportunity to break up some of that cortisol and adrenaline and get back into that upstairs brain. Because many of my kids, if you step on their shoes or bump them, they might want to give you them hands. And I want to make sure that they don't give each other them hands. And with the results from that, could you go to my next slide? We can skip that. One more. Just some more things because mindfulness isn't just inside my classroom, it's outside my classroom. And how could I teach my students not to flip their lid and then go into another classroom and have a teacher flip their lid? So my next thought was through the coaching of Terry Lawler over there and several others who were like, you can't just teach the students, you also have to teach the teachers. So from there, I started offering the same type of services to teachers after school and also now train all first and second year staff in Colonial in how to incorporate mindfulness and some of these coping skills into their programs. I think I might have one more slide, or is that it? And again, this was the different techniques that the kids were taught. And like I said, I have many students that come back and say, your little stupid breathing techniques work, Mr. Bay. It helps me sleep at night. It kept me from doing this. Or my mother came home and she was jumping on me and my brother about something. I was like, Mom, you need to take some breaths here and calm yourself down, like Mr. Bay said. So from there, so again, I appreciate everyone's time. I'm going to end it there. And thank you. And one more time, make this the deepest breath that you've taken today with me. Inhale. And sigh it out once more. Thank you all for participating in that mindful moment with me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, thank you. And thank you for being here with Invest to Your Son. We've got the perfect kids camp in mind. I already do for him. Yep, for newly diagnosed diabetic children. Okay, with that, I'm going to turn this to Christine Altos, who's the Department of Education.